Hello everyone, it's been such a while since the last time I made a video, so that's enough waiting for all you listeners. Remember back in the day when we didn't worry so damn much about our future and financial issues? When we were all so social, happy, and just hung out? Those days when common sense was a thing and smartphones didn't take over our lives. I mean, even 7 or 8 years ago, life wasn't so worrisome and self-centered compared to today. Now I'm sure we're all thinking of the same thing. Maplestory, yes, it was one of the best, if not the best, computer game. It certainly was a huge part of my childhood, from 2007 all the way to 2012. 2012 was the end of the world. I mean, the Maplestory world. Most of the class, well not most, about half, 10 of us, a few, 2 or 3. What I'm trying to say is that Maplestory back then was the shit. It was featured in the doodles of my schoolwork. Hell, even I made flip notes of this stuff, making fun of a kid at class who said Maplestory sucked. I suspected he didn't actually play the game. Now, what was Maplestory? The most memorable 2D side-scrolling role-playing game. I'm not kidding. I remember all the background music and sound effects without even trying. There are so many unforgettable moments, such as dying from monsters from summoning sacks. Or how about this? Some player in Genesis telling me that Alt and F4 equals misos. And I fucking fell for it. As for the game, what made it so great were the social aspects. The community was wonderful, there was so much communication involved, along with party quests, and even during grinding, there'd be someone else to grind with. When I started playing the game, there were 4 jobs to choose. Plain and simple, right? I chose the bowman and took forever to make it to level 30. And yet a friend of mine at school was jacked up on this game and flew past me so quickly, and I began the game several weeks before him. I must have been doing something wrong. But thankfully sometime in 2008, the Monster Carnival Party Quest came out, and I was at level 35 and it just saved me and offered more good memories. Everyone got to blast through levels 30 to 50, and I remember it being the saddest moment when I reached level 51. My friend, on the other hand, was somewhere around level 150, and that was before the Big Bang update. By then, 2010 was approaching. Like all we heard, what goes up must come down. All gold will turn to dog shit. God damn it, here it is, the Big Bang update. We were all in deep shit, I tell you. Fucking everything changed, man. The maps, the levels, and especially the difficulty. Leveling up allegedly became 8 times more easy. Well, fuck it. Since they already changed that much of the game, I chose to make a new character as a resistor. Not those resistors, the other resistors! They were added to the game in the update. I gave him the nickname Viva Resistor. It was pretty fun while it lasted, because about a year and a half later, in early 2012, I made it to level 120. And don't even say that I was a nerd. Now the time I quit was likely after crafting was added to the game. I mean, come on, it just felt like a watered down version of RuneScape with mining and smelting skills. I was probably also drawn into the Minecraft type at the time. So, did any one of you here notice that I always use the word was instead of is? That's because Maplestory was a good game. It really sucks right now. Here's footage of my revisit to Maplestory. 4 years later to this day, let's try to play the game. It was so convenient to have a Maplestory game launcher right on the desktop, but I have an even better idea. Why not make a Nexon launcher to click? Sign into your account, find the Maplestory game, click on it, and hope that the application will actually launch. The genius behind this really astounds me. Now let's take a look at the characters. Wait a minute, why am I just a jumble of numbers? That makes no sense. We're not living in a world with human barcodes and microchip implants. Give me back my name! Well, hopefully the Maplestory community will just tell me what the hell is going on. Hey. What happened for all this time I was gone? Anytime now. Is this gal going to respond or what? Hey you! Don't leave me over here.
Stop, don't, come back.
Let's state my problem once again. Can no one respond? Am I all alone? I guess I'll be leaving. Boys, this is a great community here. That did not go out so well. Perhaps I should arm myself with research. There we go.
The same way too, but after playing for the past few weeks, I discovered a lot of updates that are actually pretty cool in the world. Number 2, there's so many new classes in Maplestory, including Mercedes, Phantom, Luminous, Shade, Kana, and others like these two guides. Number 10, the 3rd job advancement is now level 60 instead of 70, and the 4th job advancement is now level 100 instead of 120. Number 14, bossing in Maplestory has significantly changed in difficulty, so players are able to challenge them without any help or funding. Daily boss runs are almost a must for all players over 130, and you can challenge Zakgum, Magnus, Horntail, Hilla, and more.
Have you gotten any of that? Let me sum up what was said. The quality of the game is basically rendered to fecal matter with a more self-centered community made up of boasting, absurdly flamboyant players, just like how Miley Cyrus wears those vague dresses as shown in The Simpsons. And I digress.
So, I know a lot of old players aren't too happy with the amount of changes in Maplestory.
No kidding.
I felt the same way
Understatement
too,
of the
but
fucking
after
year.
playing for
Every
the past
single Maplestory soundtrack posted on YouTube have oceans of comments blooming about nostalgia. And coincidentally, the reason why I thought of returning to Maplestory began with just taking a peek at its music. Among the comments I was reading, one of them caught my eye. There was apparently a way to relive through the Maplestory back then. This guy says that there is a private server with Maplestory in 2008. Let's go check it out. Now this is more like it. Climbing EOS Tower was always a struggle. The community here is phenomenal. I mean, some of the best out there. Maple Royales really has done it. And no, they aren't sponsoring me. This is my genuine thought of their private server. And oh my god, it's 1 o'clock in the morning! I should have known better. Why haven't I learned from Review 12, which I made on May 27th, 2014, on RuneScape? I basically said that it was a pile of shit and not to play the game. Then at the end, I said, only play the 2007 RuneScape. Or better yet, don't play the game at all. Well, screw it. This is just one way to avoid life. Why does everything suck today? Television sucks, the presidential election is at its peak low, plagues of this cancer known as feminism is going rancid around the world, and the education system is a joke, be it with matters including religious intolerance and the lack of freedom to have an opinion for issues such as homosexuality and transgenderism. But I digress, before I get bombarded by comments like in my last video about Clash Royale. That game, on the other hand, fucking needs to die. Thank you all for coming here to listen. It feels really, really good to entertain you all and hopefully make you laugh. But I have to go now, and just get some sleep.